What's good, y'all? Welcome back to part two. Let's get it. As always, the main attraction, Emory Ogletree II, back in the building. And if you missed part one, man, check it out. As I was talking about, what are we talking about? This BS of the Lakers missing the playoffs. I had to touch on this because I'm just getting sick and tired of hearing it. If we're just trying to get hot takes out there, man, and just own up to it and just saying you're just trying to get ratings, or you're just trying to make you're just trying to get some buzz, or you're just trying to garner some attention by just saying, oh, the Lakers are going to miss the playoffs. Like, you're just genius all of a sudden. Like, you just really went on a limb by saying the Lakers are going to miss the playoffs. But you're probably the same person who will turn around that once the Lakers do make the playoffs, will give us some BS excuse on, well, they should have made the playoffs. Man, shut the hell up. Like I said, let's get back into this, man. The Lakers are going to make the playoffs. And like I said, this is actually my closing part. This is going to be my closing remarks. The last point I had to make. LeBron's playoff intensity has been activated. And I know some of you who probably watched me for a while, or probably just talked to me in conversation, are probably thinking, well, Tree, aren't you the one that said that LeBron doesn't really care about, winning, losing doesn't bother him? And you're absolutely right. I did say that, and I stick by it. But let me add some clarification. That's a fair point to ask if you did. LeBron's, to me, not being bothered by losing only applied to him when it came to him being in the playoffs, particularly playing for the finals. I would not be dumb enough to sit here and look at you and say that I don't think LeBron doesn't mind losing in general. Like, he wouldn't mind not making the playoffs. The man hasn't missed the playoffs since his rookie year. So why now all of a sudden, after making the move to LA, which we all know wasn't a basketball move, but come out here anyway, and then all of a sudden just throw it in, it's like, oh, I don't at least have to make the playoffs. Come on, man. And like I said, I just had to clarify that. Yes, I had to clarify the fact I still believe that LeBron doesn't mind losing. It doesn't bother him that much. But that's considering the fact, though, that he's actually in the playoffs. If LeBron was to hypothetically miss the playoffs, and particularly with this instance, would I be surprised? Very much so. But it's not an excuse. The man did miss 18 games. And considering the fact of his supporting cast, if they couldn't even somewhat hold it down, to put them in the position to at least stay in playoff contention, forget holding the 4 or 5 seed, just stay in playoff contention. They dropped 6 spots. These other professionals, yes, none of them are LeBron, but you tell me they aren't good enough to at least hold 4 spots? Which clearly wasn't the case. But yes, I did say that, but under the clarification of the fact that I never expected LeBron to miss the playoffs. Excuse me again. As I said again, this LeBron playoff intensity being activated, okay, LeBron, whatever you say. I said, I just respect your game so much that, of course, I expect you to get them in the playoffs. And I said, your chances of winning MVP, it pretty much dwindled down to non-existent, without, some act of God. But it doesn't matter. Just get them to the playoffs. Just get them to the playoffs. Because with that being said, at the moment, the Lakers are riding a 5-season streak, 5 straight seasons of missing the playoffs. The longest streak in the franchise's history. And with all the other, ramifications riding LeBron right now, wearing his Lakers uniform, being the star that he is, and considering those who came before him and how it's gone with them being Lakers, again, it's like, with the exception of Elgin Baylor, there's never been a star that's come to LA that didn't win a title. You can't tell me LeBron doesn't think about that. Of course he does. So, I believe him. Again, barring his health again, I'm sure he's still probably nursing that groin injury to some degree, but well enough to still go. And I said, he's going to get this team together, which adds to my next point with while they'll make the playoffs. His teammates, the ones who were in this talk for the AD situation from the trade deadline, your Kuzmas, your Balls, your Ingrams, Harts, whoever, get over it. Get over it. It's done, okay? And like I said in the previous episode, to a lot of you young bucks, those who are still coming up, whether you're middle school, high school, hell, even college, Understand, like I told you before, this sport, any professional sport, is a business. And unless you are in the upper echelon, if you are a LeBron or who are some other players, a KD, let's keep it strictly to basketball, a LeBron, a KD, an AD, a James Harden, a Russell Westbrook, just know at some time or another, you could possibly be traded. But speaking of those guys, they just need to get over it. It's done. You didn't get traded. So let's play ball now. Which is why I also give LeBron this. I think he is a solid leader. Now, I'm sure it's hard for them to look at him in a certain way. But again, put your feelings aside. We're not in playoff contention, period. So imagine this. Let's say again that they hypothetically don't make the playoffs. How do you think that's going to hurt LeBron in terms of the Lakers? You think they're going to get rid of him? Hell no, LeBron's good. LeBron's going to be in LA, like I said, for the next 3 years after this. But for those guys who are in the trading block anyway, how's it going to look for you if you don't do your part going along with LeBron to help them at least get back to the playoffs? If anything, you're just, confirming what they already thinking about why they wanted to trade you in the first place. So like I said, get over the AD situation. It's done. Whether or not he comes here, when he comes here, who knows? But for the time being, it is what it is. You're still playing. You still have a shot to go to the playoffs, something that you've missed the last 5 straight years. It's just time to play. But like I said again, there's just no other way outside of, God forbid, LeBron goes down again, that the Lakers will miss the playoffs. Please stop with the nonsense. I said, if anybody who wants to take me on and debate about this, hey, I'm not hard to find. You know the Twitter handle. @ Let's Get It MCG. Come at me. I am ready. Because unless you can't give me a strong reason why they'll miss the playoffs with LeBron being back, then clearly you just sit up here, you're a straight buffoon, just sit up here trying to get attention, just sit up here being a flat-out hater over the fact that, hey, LeBron is a great player. And if you're just sitting here trying to hold him to the highest of the highs, again, he's not in the East. So I know there's some of you out there who's going to sit there and just can't wait to ride the fact that, okay, well, LeBron made the playoffs, but he didn't get out the first round. Why would anybody think he expect him to be out the first round? Why would anyone expected the Lakers to get out of the first round? I know there are those diehard fans, but if anything, hopefully this brings some realization to you that, yeah, LeBron is great, but yes, him, like any other player, needs some help. But the Lakers will make the playoffs. I guarantee that. And Buddy Hield, if you ever watch it, I'm willing to go double down on that house, son. Because I'd gladly move into your crib. With that money you can make, hey, you can just buy yourself another one. Just make sure you pay that bad boy off before I move in. But in the end, y'all, as always, I am the main attraction. Emory Ogletree II. I might be gone for a little while. Got a lot of moves going on. I'm going to try to get an episode in next week if I can. Oh, man, my dude Zion Williamson went down. All prayers, hopefully. It seems like the injury's not too serious, but again, no rush. That's a whole other thing that I've been getting people coming at me for. Y'all realize, yes, North Carolina won the game, but Zion Williamson got hurt. But hey, man, get it how you live. I love it. Like I said, it's sports. It just gives so much room for conversation. But as always, be able to back it up with some rational thought. Once again, man, I am the main attraction, Emory Ogletree II. Until next time, let's get it. I'm out.